meme, or just in your art in general?
Well, I have an example. Like you always talk about the yield in Icosa with the different kind of stakes you can do. What if you could conceptualize it, all the different parameters from the 90, the 30, the 270, and you conceptualize it in a little notepad document, and then let the AI hit it with what is the best optimal strategy with the data from the last 140 days.
Oh, it'll do that for you? Or like can you ask it to do all of that?
Well, if you create a text with all different parameters and you ask for it with all the data from the stakes, the percentage of the yield, you make it like a formula with text based with all the different details, and then you can ask it what is the most optimal thing. I think you could get some output from it. If you had the data from the dev guy, dev Dewey guy, and your ideas, and you know the emittance of the yields from the last 90 or what is 120 days, I think you can get some real feedback from it.
Yeah, I also think we do need more like just like data. We only saw one big set of auctions, so it's going to be really interesting to see what's like what like future interactions are. I think you need to start seeing people EES and comp or not EES but N stake or EES and and then and see how like the average behavior is. I don't know, maybe everyone compounds the day before the next big auctions, or maybe they go the day after. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to work on this other thing too. I got like a couple little things I'm working on, and I what did, what do you guys think like is the simple, sweet 2-3 sentence version of like Alex? Like if you were going to like just like be like finance like coder guru, um like what would you guys like input on that?
Man, it's a strange and difficult question to answer. I respect his due diligence, his openness of communication. Yeah, hard question.
I feel like Alex kind of falls into this category of like, you know, person like who obviously can code and knows all of these different things. And like, he was like, from what I understand, what was Hedron like? Was Hedron and Icosa just the only like successful things that were built on top of Hex? Were there other things like being like that were built? I know there was like another share system, but it never launched.
Well, I think Hex, with the deep knowledge you have about the T-share and all the different components, and building a secondary market like Alex has done with the lending and the auction, you have to be a kind of genius, not only at technical level, but also with a vast knowledge of the entire system.
I know we all kind of joke about War Dog, but do you know what? One day he's going to have some artwork put into the Louvre, and then we're all going to be jealous. We're all going to be like, "Fuck, bro." And this is a dead chat tonight. Do we need like a woo in here? I don't even know what the prices are. Let's see where we're at here. 53.5 cent Icosa. We got a 2.5 cent Hex and the 153 on the Hedron. I'm going to bring out my Fibonacci really quick. And okay, draw the line, the ascending triangle, the bull flag. And this chart says it's always a good time to buy Icosa.
Hey everyone, I did a little DCA yesterday and made me some more minions.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Yeah, the 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days. But man, it takes a long time. Maybe I'm just doing the old like making a bunch of sub wallets with passphrases and then unplugging my Trezor and then just reloading the new wallet in, and it takes a long time. Does anyone have like a better method, or is it that the best we have right now?
I've heard of other things that you can do. I just like always worry when I'm like connecting money to another DApp and stuff because I can't code. I've heard some things, but like nothing that's like official. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But I'm doing it the hard way. I've heard it made. I don't even want to mention in case it's bad. Um, fucking bulk. It's called bulk sender. Do not like just start using it. But like, if you know anybody who knows how to determine if something's safe or not, like maybe ask them about it. I don't know. I didn't use it.
Yeah, I don't code either, so I think I'll just stick with the longer but safer method. And in all reality, I don't have that many wallets to deal with, so let's keep
And I've
that up.
heard of legitimate sites getting like attacked or whatever, and it was safe yesterday, and then today it's not. Not like with Hex and Icosa though, but like with other platforms and stuff, it's very easy for them, especially on something like that where like there could be a lot of people using it in a day, and then like they just rug or something. Like or they just get hacked, whatever. So yeah,
Yeah,
I try to keep it simple.
another question just related to multiple wallets. So under one set of seed phrases using passphrases, right? So that's what I'm doing. So in the event that with one of those wallet addresses using a passphrase, I interact with a malicious DApp and I get compromised, my understanding is only that one sub wallet tied to that one passphrase would be compromised, not all the other ones. Is that correct, or am I not thinking clearly on that point?
Is it oh wait, is it a hardware wallet or just a MetaMask?
No, all under a hardware wallet. Yeah.
I think it would just be that account in that case. But like I don't have like a stack of like 100 wallets inside of a ledger that I've been messing with. So I think you're fine, but I don't know, but like it makes sense why, because you only activated the transaction through that one wallet. It's not like it's a bulk send or a bulk transaction for all the wallets.
Exactly. Okay.
Hey guys, I just have a little question. Does anybody know the APY of the Icosa pool for the moment?
Fucking high. In just terms of Icosa, it's really high. I think I saw some numbers as high as like 100 to 200%. But
Yeah, because
it'll
I'm
probably
trying.
go. It might go down. Like we have to see how compounding affects it.
Well, I'm trying to write something up, and I'm gonna put it in the bot with the different kind of staking terms and see is what it spits out to try to get the most advantage compound strategy. It's about 200% for the moment. You said, Mike?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's really high. Um, dude, it could go higher. It could go lower. Like obviously, but and also it could go sideways. But like, it could go up. Like, I really don't believe that the first burn was the biggest burn. Um, uh, so we could see higher. I'm not saying necessarily this one, but it could be. um fucking the following one.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what is going to happen.
Maybe all these big wallets, the big 360s, maybe they don't do anything because they don't want to take the penalty. Um, that's a really one that makes me scratch my head and I go, what are they going to do? Because dude, who would want to like have a big stake in nuke 5, 10, 20,000 Icosa? That's a rough hit, man. Every time I hear like the big bankers talk, I'm just like, you know what? You're full of shit. Uh, JP Morgan saying that they're expecting a recession this year. Now I'm like, oh wow. So we're going crazy, huh? I haven't found a time where they actually were like really truthful about it. Footsteps, thanks for joining, brother. Always good to see you. All right, guys. Someone toss me an idea here to like put through this fucking head of mine. What are we thinking? Like, how would you describe Alex in like 2 or 3 sentences? Humble neckbeard coder guy, or any like good stuff? I guess is LinkedIn good? I don't think he has a LinkedIn. You I just re-noticed when you look at Alex's Twitter page, the Icosa Hedron picture that he has up, like with them split down the middle. That thing looks fucking cool. Might use that somewhere. That's really good. I haven't really done any transactions the last couple days that I can think of. Are the gas fees gnarly right now? What are they looking like?
Lower right now than they have been all day. 18.7 on the low base rate.
Oh, okay. So what is let's see. But Ethereum probably went up then, didn't it? Because it was a
Yeah, it shot up to about this morning before the Justice news conference thing that they had. The market started trading off, and it jumped up, but it's been going back down all day.
it's at 15 and 21K for Bitcoin. Man, sometimes like you're going and trying to make all these wallets, dude. You're spending like 10% of your fucking like money into the gas fees. It's oh god, a little rough. And I do see a world where it gets a little worse. I don't know. Like Pulse please save us, but we don't know when Pulse are going to come out. So I don't know. Still a fucking firm believer, dude, that nothing better than fucking Hex and Icosa and Watts's. Hedron's okay, but Hedron's how you that's the one that you sell. Don't tell Solix though. Don't tell Solix.
I think Hedron is very good coin and it will pump hard.
Yeah, I all of them are good. I just look at it from a staking point of view, rather than like token appreciation. I think that like token appreciation, I could definitely see Hedron outperform. It's just like I don't know if like $1,000 of Hedron and you stake it versus $1,000 of Icosa, and then play your yield the way you want from there. I believe that Icosa is the better play, but you can use the Hedron. Like I'm not saying like you have to sell your Hedron, but like it's definitely a good tool. Let's see what happens before these next auctions. What happens if everybody empties out of the Hedron pool and then like there's super crazy yield in Hedron? Like, and then that pool, like anything can happen.
Bro, I actually agree with you, and I realized it feels like the Hedron price is more correlated with Hex than Icosa. Icosa is a little bit more stable, and from yield standpoint, I understand that Icosa is better to stake, but I was a little bit worried about coming August, where the yield rewards will get less. So I don't know what your idea about moving forward. Are you planning to dump your Icosa rewards to buy more hacks or?
Um, there's a million different plays. I like to just keep it simple, bro. You have your like your game board like section, and then you have like your cash out section, and like I'm just stacking Icosa as hard as possible, like, and like I will sell interest from like from some of it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I understand you. I think me personally, I will try to. Now I'm staking Hedron, and I'm also staking Icosa, and I'm planning to keep staking till I don't know, maybe mid 24, mid 24, 2024, and then hopefully by then maybe the bull market will start, and then I will start to, sell for fiat, like take some profits, hopefully.
Dude, take profits like I did, and like you have to. It's just like my shares. Like I like don't have a ton, but like you want to keep them rolling while everyone else is cashing out. Like if you go to Hex daily stats, you can look, and there's been a massive increase in terms of like payout per T, or yeah, payout per T share. And then we've also seen less shares just being like, so many EES and stuff, and they left. They're gone.
Yeah, well,
Um
yeah, now it's easier for people to not EES since you can use your T-shares for a lot more stuff. So I think you are right that with time, less people will emergency end stake. And well, this is a little bit bad for stakers, but it's just how it is. But I agree in taking profits because last bull market I totally fucked, like I had a lot of USDT and I made a lot of profits, but then I got greedy and I went to option trading where yeah, I lost almost everything. So I advise people to take profits, but also don't be too greedy and lose everything. You know what I mean? Like keep it keep it a little bit real because in a bull market, it's very easy to lose a little bit sight and you believe like, oh, maybe it will 10x more and maybe I can buy this and then but then you are like playing chairs, music chairs, and you will left with absolutely nothing. So
uh I've never used margin or leverage or anything before. I don't think that it's a tool that people should really use. Like, I mean, if you want to, do you, man? Like, it's fucking free country. Well, depending on where you live. And like fucking, but like, I don't think margin's that good for you.
yeah, I live in Holland, but I agree because margin is very bad. I advise people, anybody listening, so absolutely don't start with it because you can make a lot of money very fast, but you can lose it very, very fast. And market, you know, they won't think about you. You will lose and then they move on, like so margin trading, I did it in the past, but I will absolutely never touch it again. Never.
Live in North Korea, and I agree.
Yeah, that place is pretty fucked up.
And my mother lives in Cuba and my sister in Venezuela. But we are happy. Happy
So,
family.
your family in Venezuela, do they have a lot of wheelbarrows?
I just kidding. I live in Chile, a small of a free marketplace.
Do they still do that with the wheelbarrows of money out there?
No, I don't live in Venezuela. I was just kidding.
Oh, okay. Went right over my head.
I think Venezuela primarily uses the US dollar.
Oh, do they now? I mean, that makes sense.
Dollar milkshake theory, baby.
Bros, to be honest, like I hope someone that know Richard personally just tell him to launch Pulse Chain, that at least this year, because I hope by the summer we have Pulse Chain, because now it's too long, like 2 years. The hype might die off. Maybe the market will change. Maybe I don't know. Like if he release Pulse Chain and then we have a decent dip because a lot of sell-off will happen, and then we can continue to slowly go up. But now we are like when Pulse Chain launch, when Pulse Chain launch. I hope it's like in the summer at least.
I would love to see Pulse Chain at this point. Dude, then you know what's awesome about that? Then like a whole bunch of people can go and like I feel like the smaller player is a little um like what's the word? Like we're like costed out because of the gas fees only. Like if it was like a penny or 25 cents or less than 25 cents, but like, then all the smaller players can start playing in the auctions and stuff. And I do see a time where we start holding ceiling really well with Icosa. Um, just because I think it's just so hard to understand why everyone has to have Icosa. Like, to be honest with you, like I looked at one of my stakes and like I literally almost EES'd it to buy Icosa. Like I know that sounds like so crazy, and it's like, dude, it's already earned, like 70% interest. But like I still like question it. I'm like, fuck, bro, like Icosa yield. Like you have to have Icosa.
Yeah, but what are you planning with Icosa when Pulse launch? Will you sell your Ethereum Icosa, or like what is the plan here? Yeah.
Um I would probably play the game on both sides. Oh my god. Like if you have a lot of wallets and you have the two chains, holy shit. But like I would sell the Ethereum side, like to be honest, like RH, like Alex, and like yeah, I like their stuff the best. So and Pulse Chain's better, has better tokenomics, and like I think that's a big value. People like, as soon as sometimes like when I look at things, it's like I think that the pumpamentals and the gains are higher with just like Icosa or like I did with staking Hex and everything. But Pulse is going to do amazing. Like I'll be real, I see a craze over Pulse Chain just because of the fact that it just has a set number of supply, and like people just like that narrative a lot. Whether it's the bigger value or not, I don't think so, but like it is a good thing. But like, is it the whole thing? But like, people love that shit. People love hearing like, oh shit, like there's no more, there's zero inflation.
Yeah, I
Uh,
totally agree. Yeah. Also, I saw Richard Twitter like two years ago, and like he posted a chart of Hex when it did like I think it was at like 50 cents, and he said like I can't wait to post the same chart for Pulse Chain. So he's saying like like you have no expectations, of course, but I believe that Richard will do everything to pump Pulse Chain. He will pump it very fucking hard because it's his reputation on the line, and he like Pulse Chain like me personally, I'm selling everything on the east side, and I will FOMO and Pulsing or at least DCA. But when Pulsing launch, it's my number one priority. Like with all respect to Icosa and Hedron and Hex, but Pulsing will be the new hot thing, and I believe that Richard will, deliver with it. Like he want to show the people, like fuck you, and he want to do it with Pulsing like he did it with Hex.
And it is like, so I'm not going to FOMO. I am going to buy day one on Pulse Chain. I feel like you kind of have to if you're playing the Icosa game. I think Pulse Chain is going to be very popular down the road. And, maybe I just stake the coins and earn small amounts of interest or whatever. But, like, you're going to need that for gas, man. You're going to need that for gas. So, like, DCA, like, maybe buy the first dip, but, like, just in case day one is a good price to buy, like, I'm buying some.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you look at other chains like Avax, Avalanche, and FTM, the coin that you need for the ecosystem like pump the hardest. And for Pulse chain, every single wallet need to have Pulse. You don't need to have Pulse X, you don't need to have Hex, you don't need to have Icosa, Hedron, whatever. The most important coin that you need to have to pay the gas and all that is Pulse. So it will have a huge buy pressure, I believe.
Yeah, I
I didn't
believe the
even think
same. Because if you compare Pulse against PulseX, I think that Pulse has more potential to grow. It's the same as when you compare Uniswap or any of those dexes working on the ETH side against Ethereum. Ethereum grew more than Uniswap. So I think that this time it will be the same.
Would it make sense to you guys that day one or maybe week one, like all the people that sacrifice Pulse Chain and PulseX, primarily like the large sacrificers, would be dumping because they've been waiting for Pulse Chain for possibly almost 2 years?
Yeah, I think the same. That normally coins pump, then they dump a little bit, and then we can grab the bottom or at least the temporary bottom because that happened also with Hex. It pumps, then dumped a little bit, and then flew again up to the right.
Yeah, so what I'm getting at is like if you have capital, like don't just like dump all your capital in on day one or whatever. I'd probably wait like, 7 to 15, maybe a month or so to actually deploy the capital. Just because all the people that sacrifice, they're gonna dump it and then they're gonna try to see if they can get back lower than the sack price or something like that.
Also, the same happened to Hedron and Icosa. The first days, those coins pumped, then they dumped. So I think that when history rhymes, it can be repeated.
I think I think if you look at almost every crypto chart, like it has that pump and then dump right when it's launched. I've looked at a lot, and that's seems to be the trend.
Yes, I think the same.
I sacrifice for Pulse X, but I don't think I will sell Pulse X for Pulse, to be honest, especially in the start, because I know you will get a very bad rate. Maybe for 10 million Pulse X, maybe you will get a million Pulse. I don't think it's a good deal. So Me personally, I sacked for Pulse X and I won't sell it at all, even if it dips. I just will add dry powder to buy Pulse, you know. I think this is better.
Yeah, that's what I think lots of people are going to try and do is sell Pulse X for Pulse, but then Pulse X will dump, right? So that's when you just scoop Pulse X up, and then Pulse Chain's pumping because of that. And then once Pulse Chain dumps, then you get your position in that.
Yeah, it's good to have a bag aside, you know, fresh money to buy those pumps, those dips, sorry, those
Yeah,
dips.
once you just wait for a couple years once you're in. Are you guys
So
gonna use Matty Allen's uh, Time Pays Me or Smart Vault or whatever, where you lock up?
No, I don't trust in Matty Allen so much. Only enough, but I won't use that. He will say in a few weeks, "Oh, sorry, it was hacked. You know, I did my best, but some funds are locked forever, or some were hacked, or we have some problems. Our devs are trying to figure out." The less people that are or the less devs that are in touch with my coins, the better, I think.
You're calling it. I guess let's see if it happens.
Also, he had too much crash accidents, so I think that he's not so blessed by God.
so I just thought about it. You guys saying something it made me think for a second. So, when you have forks like this, like it's like this is a little unique, right? Because I really think that now, like I rethink about everything. I'm like, dude, like both sides are probably going to have value. I do think that the pulse shot side is going to be the dominant one, hands down. But like, think about this. Let's say you did a whole bunch of 30 or 90-day stakes, um and then like you left like a little bit of money in the wallet, like you left like $5-10 in each wallet, right? Well, when we fork over, you get diluted your Ethereum by 10,000x, right? So you'll get like one pulse for an ETH or something, right? Wasn't it something
Like
like
a
that?
million.
So now each of us are going to be forced to buy Pulse Chain day one, I think, because if you have Icosa stakes, you need to send gas to all of those wallets.
At least it'll be affordable to have 25, 30, 40, 50 wallets.
Or you can use your Hedron on the east side, or your Icosa on the east side, and bridge over to Post Chain, and then you can have fresh money. Or you can buy right now some Hedron or some Icosa for that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to buy like at least day one to get like some gas. But I do think that like I didn't sack like an insane amount. So like there's but there's gonna be a whole bunch of people selling. But like now I'm like fuck, dude. Like I need to have gas. And like what if Pulse Chain is very popular? You know, ETH's struggling on a lot of different fronts. Even though like the core is fine, right? Like what I kind of disregarded the idea that like a lot of the projects will just like move over with the fork. But what if they do? Are we going to run Decentraland on fucking Oh, sorry, but like, you know, on Pulse Chain. Like,
Well, you can like you don't need to buy Pulse to have some gas fees because there is some kind of website called freepulse.io, I think, and they give you free Pulse, and it's a trusted like website made by one of the richer devs, and it was made to promote Pulse Chain. I think some people know what I'm talking about. So just for gas fees, I don't think you need to buy Pulse for now. You can just get some for free. That's just an info.
there are so many different like shit coins and stuff like on every chain, everything. It just seems like it's going to be a little bit of chaos. Like I bet there's going to be just endless amounts of just new shit coming out. Oh God, the noobs.
Well, funny enough, the new shitcoins will make a lot of money, like the when Cake Swap and for BNB, there was a lot of new shitcoins that pumped very hard. But yeah, you can get wrecked very easily, and like I think when Pulse Chain launch, we will have a lot of new shitcoins with the tag Pulse on it, like Pulse Dodge and all that shit. So it can get you wrecked.
Yeah, I think that that's why it's so good that these yield parties have been taken off. You know, some days having 50, 60 people. And you know, just spreading the word where it's like, bro, you don't have to gamble on shit coins to make money in crypto. I think a lot of people here are already seeing that, even with price down. Like everybody that I've pretty much talked to, as long as you staked your coins, bro, you're good, bro. Imagine if we went to $1. Everybody here would be screaming and roaring. And that's only a 2x.
Well, I saw somewhere that if Hex reach $1, the ceiling price of Icosa would be around 36, I think. But yeah, it's just a metric. I don't follow it that hard, but it's just an idea. I believe Icosa is very cheap right now, especially, you know, with the T-share rate and when Hex pumps, hopefully, I think Icosa can go hard, at least 20, maybe $100. You never know.
I've seen crazier shit happen in crypto, so like why not? I mean, I'm not like going and like planning for it to do that, but like shit, why not crash down to $5 or something? Yeah, eventually. Yeah, if anyone's got anything to toss out, man, toss it out. I'm thinking about like the pulse chain gas situation.
Well, to be honest, there is something that, in my opinion, Richard didn't do good. With the sacrifice phases, because it's like I think like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, I believe that he took a lot of buy pressure, that a lot of people with a lot of money that could buy hacks, could buy Icosa, Hedron, whatever. Uh, they didn't do it because they already sacked. So he made like a black hole where a lot of people put their money, and now we are left with people that already like emptied all their pockets and just watching from the side. And that's what caused Hex to dump so hard, I believe. I don't know, but I mean, without if he did the sacrifice phase this period, I think it would be better, because back then a lot of people had a lot of money, but they sacked it all, and now you are like you need new people with money, because the old people already use all their money for the sacrifice.
Hmm. I mean, I was thinking like, doing a sacrifice at the top of the bull market is obviously just like the way that it was played. It was just like, well done, sir. RH for the win. But like, I don't know anything about this shit, but like, I would imagine there's some kind of benefit to doing it near the bottom. So
Yeah, I mean, like back then you can just let the whole market dumps, and now you announce the sacrifice fees where a lot of people, like, let's say now Hex is at 2 cents or 3 cents, like now, and then you announce the sacrifice fees for Pulse coin, for Pulse chain, for Pulse X. You will have a lot of people that going to buy Hex, they going to put a lot of buy pressure on Hex to sacrifice for Pulse chain. That would have helped, the chart. But in the end of the day, like Richard, like I'm sure he's smarter than me and have more experience. Maybe I'm wrong.
it's always interesting to watch how everything, like, as everything plays out. It always looks really obvious before. Wow, dude, as we start the yield party and then the price goes down. Oh my goodness. 2.2 cents. Did Richard Hart do another stream? Is everybody mad there was no V3 announcement? What's happening? Somebody, please tell me.
What's up, Mike? He probably did a tort video.
What was that? On
No,
desktop?
I'm saying he probably did a tort video or something.
Oh,
Slaying down the stripping pole.
I just want to say, if RH whips out his dick on like a fucking stream or something like that, like I just want to say that I was the dude who called it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I hope not.
Honestly, it would be just so fucking funny. Like it'd just be so fucking funny. Everybody would be so fucking mad. Oh god. It'd be so fucking funny, bro. Just everyone would be just an outrage, bro. Everyone would be talking about it.
He'll say, "I'm just doing outrage marketing."
Dude, that's like next level.
He should like blaze one joint like Elon Musk did, you know, at the Joe Rogan experience.
No, Richard don't like smoking weed. He says it.
I don't know, guys. There was a little bit of where he was hanging out in Amsterdam with those Playboy model chicks. I don't know if you guys remember that, and I swear he was smoking with them because they're all about weed. Those girls, so
Yeah, I bet he was trying to get laid. So I bet he said he'll drink if they should get laid. He'll drink, but he don't like drinking either. But yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Those were prostitutes. He paid him for our.
I mean, don't all women cost you like some type of dollar amount per hour? Like his were just a little bit more expensive.
yeah, a woman is like a Rubik's cube. You can just buy them.
No disrespect for any females that are listening right now.
I and I identify as a female, so hey, speaking of females, man, I never see Richard like does he even have a girlfriend? Does he have sex? Like what is wrong with him, man? Like this guy like
Dude,
does he
if you were that much of a baller, would you want to be tied down? Dude, he's revolutionizing finance right now. He can't be changing diapers.
Yeah, okay, man, but he like if I was in his position, like fuck women, you know, you can have a lot of them, but you know, like at least have a child or two, you know what I mean? Like he's fucking 45 or 50 years old, he have no children. Like personally, I want a child, like children, whatever. Woman is not important because he can fuck anyone he want, but you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Richard said in the past he does like to have a kid, but all that, but not like right now at the moment because this is where he's still doing a lot of stuff. But he did said that in the past.
He's almost 6 years old, man.
Nah, he's 42. He's 42. He ain't that old. Does anybody know what's the yield for Icosa was today?
Oh, dude, I didn't even fucking check.
Oh yeah, well no, another thing. The other day I was mentioning that I staked some Icosa for 90 days, and it was 206 Icosa. Then I was try to do some last night. Now it's telling me 203 is the max before it started going up to 180 days. So now 3 less. So you're not just dropping 3 less of Icosa, but also you're gonna get less points. So you're gonna get less points, less yield on your yield every day, and you're gonna be staking less now, but not unless you're gonna be going longer, 180 days, just to do a 204 Icosa, which a couple days ago was 206. So yeah, better stake sooner than later.
Double share rate mechanic. Double share rate. Double share rate.
Got about 350 Icosa coming out in 25 days. Would you recommend splitting that up into 290s?
Yeah,
I
instead
don't have
of a
any 90s
180.
yet.
So there's no like official, like we don't know what could be built, and like you might look back and be like, grr, like gas fees or something. Like I don't know. But like assuming gas doesn't wreck you and there isn't like a mechanic that like pays whale or bigger players more, and you're just talking in terms of Icosa and compounding, then like in terms of Icosa and compounding, yeah, 290-day stakes.
Would somebody be able to like like what your Icosa yield was for today on a 90-day stake?
Well, it's the same. It's the same percentage. Like 100 Icosa or 1,000 Icosa is, it's going to be the same percentage. It's just that the 90 days you can compound it and get more stake points, rather than a 180 where you are stuck in for 180 days. So you just build your. It's all about. So like in Hex, like it's about the T shares. It's not really like. It is about Hex, but like it's really about the shares. And here, like it is about the Icosa, but it's even more about the stake points, especially if you're looking to get more coins for not doing anything.
Okay, so I got it right here. So 2 days ago, I did a stake for 203 Icosa because that was the max for 90 days. So yesterday, I believe I got 1.45, and today now total for the 2 days is 2.65. So you minus the 1.45 or the 2.65, and then that would be the yield of today for 203 Icosa if you were staked that much.
Okay, so you'd be on if that averaged out through the 90 day, it'd be like 108, 110 Icosa.
Yeah, I kind of look at it. I try to look at it more like for one minimum. I try to be safer. I try to say minimum of 1 Icosa a day, even though you probably get a little bit more. So yeah, around there that you're saying, yeah, closely.
Well, that's not too bad. That's pretty good actually. Still worth end staking it too.
Hey, how's everyone doing? I have a quick question.
What's up?
I've done a couple HSI stakes, and I'm just curious if I'm looking at them. If someone correct me if I'm wrong. Like yesterday, I did like a stake, a 5555 stake for about 72,000 hex, and I tokenized it just to see what the Icosa was worth, and it was roughly about like 2,200 Icosa. Is it correct to say it's better to just go to like like Uniswap or like CalSwap and just purchase Icosa directly, like with USDT, as opposed to doing like an HSA auction? Or am I missing something?
Like swap the Hex for the Icosa rather than doing the HSI.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's because we are wait, actually let me double check what the ARB is right now. But yeah, I think it is. We're not at ceiling, I don't think.
Besides, like from a selfish price standpoint, but that's still good to like from like a project standpoint for Hex. It's still good to lock up like obviously like Hex for 15 years and send it to the contract like that. That's a side benefit like as a community thing, but from like a selfish standpoint, like I could probably get more Icosa, right? Doing it the other way, so swapping Hex directly for Icosa.
Yeah, if it was me, like I don't know if I'd listen to me, but like because we're 35% from the ceiling, like you just get 35% more Icosa. I did that too, and everything. Like the tokenization. Then you can. When did you make it?
I did it 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I did that stake for
Okay,
70.
well you can't end stake it or you'll nuke your stack. So
I just plan on leaving.
Oh, you're just gonna leave it as like a stake then?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as an HSI. Yeah, for now.
All right. One thing to consider, like, just so you know what the paths are, like, even though you're 35%, you already started the stake and it was 2 days ago. Like, the APY is really, really high in Icosa. Like, I just feel like I just feel that like if you're holding HSIs, like I could be wrong. I just feel like the game is designed so that like you don't want to hold the HSI stake. It makes it, like because there's like a big payout in like 2 weeks. No, a month. A month. That you might something to consider is maybe just doing it and then staking all that Icosa, and then you can just earn Hedron casually and then just buy back the HSI later. Might take some time, but like how long was that stake?
I set it for 5555. So yeah, and I see what you're saying. The yield's great. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I could probably earn it back in the yield, for sure. I see what you're saying.
And there's like over time, like Icosa gets even more rare, I think. And so like I think the real like it's really awesome for if we have like any new people here, like I really think staking Icosa is really like a good opportunity. I'm just taking the DCA stake and chill approach. I did already put in a lot, but like we'll be putting in more. But like the Icosa, once you really get it, it's like, dude, like if I don't think I might have like a little mini HSI somewhere. But like I if I got any, I would just recycle them even with the ARB difference.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Thanks for clearing that up. Thank you.
Was there an announcement that was expected meant to be happen from Richard Hart and it didn't go so well, or was there like was the community expecting something from Richard Hart just then, or?
I have no idea.
Going on, boys?
Oh no, Salty, not today.
What now? What did I do?
No, I only give you shit because you're my favorite.
So you guys having a good day? Market's down a little bit today, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems
Right.
like there seems to be a bit of a dump in Hex. Something's
Oh.
happened, something's caused that. So just wondering if people were expecting something from Richard Hart today, or were they expecting something and it hasn't. But I'm just trying to work it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not.
It's
Yeah.
probably
That does
cool,
not.
but
That
there's
does
just a
not
whole bunch
surprise
of
me.
people selling down the price because they want to cash out.
Was there some kind of whale guy that had like 80 million hex still that was dumping? He kind of hold off wonder if that's him again dumping.
Yeah, I doubt that it's that guy that you're referring to. I have my ideas and theories, but I'm not going into that. But let's just say hex to 0 before mainnet.
No, that means Icosa might go down too. We don't want that.
Icosa will go to 0.
I think Hedron is also underrated, guys, because I staked around 2 billion Hedron like 12 days ago, and I earned already 106 Icosa in like 12 days. So also, like Hedron staking, I think it's a little bit underrated because yeah. But I hope nobody stake it, so my share will decrease. I'm just saying.
When it comes to hex, though, I feel like price is the most important thing, in my opinion, just because we get inflation, we get T-shares, and we gain hex. But if the price keeps going down or doesn't stay at the same level and just goes down, there's no like, how are we going to win?
You're going to win by the T-shares. So it doesn't matter about the price of hex. It can, but at the same time, as the price hex goes down, T-shirts keep going up. So that's where we get the advantage at of you're going to be needing more hex. So
If
hex go down to.
if the T-share rate goes up, but value of the dollar value goes down, you're not making any money.
You're not making money. You're correct, but you're also not really losing money now, right? Versus just not just staking it. So if you're staking it, you're winning. If you're not staking, yeah, you're getting diluted and you are losing because of the price dropping.
That I will agree with. Yeah, that I will agree with to an extent. Like, how fast does the rate go up, though? Anyway, it doesn't matter. My point is,
the highest numbers of payout per T-share. So, like, the yield is increasing while the price is going down. Like, I get it. Like, but like, still, if you look at it from like just like a traditional banking kind of view, you put in $100,000 or $10,000 into a CD or whatever, and people have long CDs out there. They do exist, and the dollar fluctuates all the time. It's just not as much. It's an economic boat argument. Like, Hex is trying to find its true value, and that's going to be massive ups and massive downs, and then probably like followed by like just super rocket shit up to this fucking like moon type candles.
Yeah, and we're still watching
I think
out.
it's all about the yield.
Well, you got to remember now, the last before boot market, people were buying hex for I think what 1 ETH for $1 million hex. So people are still getting washed out. It's just a matter of time until that's it, and we're moving forward, going up to the right. You go to I believe hexfire.io. That's show you also the T-shirt rate, more or less what it's going to be looking like the next year, 2-3 years coming up. It's going to start pumping a lot. The T-shirt is going to run away from us if we don't, if we start paying no sight to it.
I do think that, people were already talking about moving to the B shares and everything. I think at some point that's going to be necessary. Like, people aren't going to really like having 0.0001 T shares. I kind of like it, like, I think we all kind of like to be like, oh, dude, I got 1,000 B shares, man. I got 1,000 of them bitches. I got 100, and like, rather than just like one T-share. I think even though one T-share is very special.
Yeah, no, you're right, Mike. I believe I heard Crypto Slop mention this on his short video that people are already starting to fight for B shares now on the auction. So it's already starting to happen. So yeah, you're right. And we're kind of laughing at B shares right now, but B shares are gonna be like T shares to us, not to us, but to the others coming in. But it's gonna be that crazy. And Richard Hart mentioned the past. I keep bringing them up, but yeah, he said too. People are gonna fear about Hex until the T-shirt gets so ridiculous, and that's when they're gonna come in formal and running for Hex, and that's when he said too. That's when Hex gonna fucking take off, stupid. And I'm seeing that right now because we're all kind of forgetting about the T-shirts until find out 45,000 Hex for a T-shirt. Like, yep, too late.
Well, when Hex gets back up to 56 cents, like the T-shirt rate's probably going to be kicking on 30,000, right? So that puts it over like $12,000.
The way I like to look at Hex, I like to look at T-shirts and look at Hex price because T-shirt I look at that as if that's Bitcoin itself. A T-shirt is a Bitcoin in my mind. I'm trying to make it. Since the last T-shirt was the high was almost $10,000, and I think on the next bull market I could see the T-shirt being what 100 times 10x. That's 100,000. 100x. That's a fucking $1 million for a T-shirt. Might be beyond, but hey, that's how the bull market goes, right? Always goes beyond past the last all-time high.
Yeah, I
I think
just went and had a look at
T-shirt,
the price there myself, guys. We're down 20 something percent in Bitcoin. Something's going on. That doesn't look right to me. But I've also I don't want to go. I don't want to get into it. I'm just fucking gonna ruin my day getting too negative.
Well, I was overhearing some other TA, other guys, other OGs, whatever. They're saying that Bitcoin is going to take dominance, and then altcoin is going to kind of take a little dump, and that's what Bitcoin usually do on the bear market, and then taking the dominance from the rest altcoins and takes off, and everyone else is like, "What the fuck? What about us?" And then eventually the altcoin will come back and then catch back up. But yeah, Bitcoin usually get a dominance in the bear market, and that's kind of what's happening right now.
I think like a lot of like trading and shit is a bunch of bullshit. I think like you can buy something and it pumps. I think like a lot of the technical analysis, like I think it's like I guess there are people who do it for a living and like that's what their job is, but like I think most people
It,
fucking suck at it. That's why they're
yeah,
not probably a billionaire.
yeah, it's not real. Yeah.
the
Like
the
there's
altcoin,
some truth and like real to it, but for the rest of us, dude, like I would rather lose my money at the slot machine, and I don't even really play slot machines.
the altcoin seasons are like a good market cycle to follow. Like there's better times to buy altcoins than other times, like so that you're not sitting on the capital as long waiting for the pump to happen in the altcoin.
Yeah, it looks like ETH is actually up right now. So like I don't think it's like Bitcoin dominance. I think this is something going on with X. I think somebody's fucking dumping, man. I don't know. I don't have the ability right now to like do any like analysis or look myself. I can't. But let's be real, guys. Let's take a step back, right?
You know what I see? I look at this market with the percentages down. I see decorrelation.
Yeah, yeah. I don't, Mike. I gotta disagree. I see fucking Kool-Aid drinking, if you get my drift.
I hear you. I hear you. I'll be frank, like I've dude, I think like there's a good part of part of the group that's like been here you know, from whatever point, but like 40, 50 cents, 20 cents and lower. What's a couple more red candles at this point?
Yeah, that big dump will probably get bought up pretty quickly, I'd imagine.
Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna do some deep digging, see if I can find any info on all this. See you in a bit.
Fuck, that is a dirty candle though. Like, if it starts making new lows here, it'd probably be a buyer.
Yeah, well, last night Icosa was around 55 cents. Now we're gonna get some. And I was like, I might drop a little bit, but then again, it might go up a little bit. So right now it's at 40, under 48 cents. So it did drop, which I was kind of hoping for. Only if I'm gonna buy in. Some whatever today, do a stake. But then again, yeah, we'll see what happens. Because fuck, if it drop more, well then buy some more. Well, I am, not you guys. Financial advice.
You guys are talking about the hex price, right?
Everything's on fire. Ah!
Hex, Icosa, Hedron.
Well, for hex, the one dumper is back again. The one guy that I think he's down to like 9 million hex or something. Nothing staked. He's starting to unload again.
Okay,
It
I
looks
figured
like someone dumped 140 million hex in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's that wallet. It's like DD1 or something.
yes, familiar to D1.
You said 140 million?
Yeah, if I'm reading this right. I'm just looking at the hex alerts on Twitter, and there's 2 alerts in the last actually 6 minutes for 69,000 or 69 million. No, I take that back. No. I looked at that wrong. Someone just bought 69 million and then sold it. It's not 2 sells, it's a buy and a sell. So that might have canceled itself out.
That's an interesting move.
So they bought, then sold it back.
Yeah, they made some money on it. They bought it for 1.69 million and they sold it for 1.70 million.
So that must be the same with the guy. Like you see these other ones, like this is all in the span of 30 minutes. Because there's 16, and is this the same 16 and 15 that you see there? Because there's 15 million, and then there's also 16.2. Look, honestly, all I know is that I'm awesome. Dump it so we can pick it up, to be honest.
It's
I mean,
looking
that
like
guy
what you guys were
grand,
saying
right?
about DO1 is probably the most accurate from what I can find right now.
Yeah, he was one of those dumping weeks ago that dropped the hex price down to under 2 cents, and which is hex is about to be under 2 cents to keep going what it's doing.
Did we figure it out, Maxim? Are we going to make it, Maxim?
Oh, I still think we're going to make it.
Okay.
At least I'm still long, so I haven't sold yet.
Okay, so it's that one wallet is what you guys are saying? That's what's happening?
Well, it's someone posted, Mr. Crypto posted in the Telegram chat, and it matches what I'm seeing other places, that DO1 started dumping and he sold somewhere around 70 million hex. He has about 76 million left.
Man, this guy is going to regret this big time.
It's part of Trayvon.
Yeah, I doubt it would be Trevon. I don't know. I don't think he's that big of a whale after BitConnect.
No.
I don't know. I doubt it.
I really doubt it.
Yeah. I think BitConnect really emptied him out, but
Dude, there's still fucking people who tune into the guy.
Well, I remember
I
the bull market, he was talking about buying an NFT, I mean NFL team. I guess for all the hex he had, he was talking about that like, fuck, NFL team.
I checked out the transaction for the 1.7 million dump, and it looked like he used that to pay back an Aave protocol.
People with their leverage and their borrowing and they're swapping. Oh my god. Just stake and chill, bros. Just stake and chill. It's easier.
Yeah, so he repaid 1.7 million to the Aave and then withdrew it, and then he swapped 1.7 million worth of hex into USDC, and then he bought ETH with the USDC.
just crushing life. This guy just crushing life.
That sounds like such a loser fucking play.
I mean, if
Like,
ETH
it's not
pumps
that I'm
back,
butthurt about the red candle. It's just it sounds like a fucking dumb fuck play. Like I don't like unless like there's like unless ETH really pumps and Hex just keeps dropping, then he gets to buy more Hex. Then it's a good play, I guess. That's risky though.
Yeah, but ETH already looks like it's rolling over.
Just crushing life, this guy.
I always do, talk about like, more transactions, more cost for transactions and stuff. Like, digital gold narrative, right? Like, what's ETH's narrative at this point? Fucking going to nuke your wallet trying to use it. Like, gas fee central. Like, I don't know if it can survive another full cycle of just being clogged all the time with no updates.
But sharding, right? Sharding's gonna fix it all.
That what they tell us. But yeah, like no kidding, Mike. The last little pump he had, ETH was starting to go up on gas fees. I'm like, this is not even a freaking bull market yet either.
It's just going to get worse. Like if we do move up at some point, like dude, like $60 transactions and shit like could happen. I remember, dude, when I bought my Hex position, bro, like if you look back at my gas, dude, I spent like thousands of dollars in gas trying to buy my Hex position. It was terrible.
No, you're right.
This year.
I remember one time Richard Hart tweeted out was seeing it was like $2,000 for a Uniswap. I'm like $2,000. I even went to my computer and fucking did it to confirm. Like fuck, no joke, $2,000 for a fucking swap.
I think the highest I saw was Richard post. It was like 350 or 450, something like that. That was insane.
No, this was $2,000 for a Uniswap. $2,000. This was fucking.
That's probably like peak gas guzzling time and peak price.
Yeah. I think Gwei was like at 2,000 or something ridiculous. Gwei was.
I mean, it was like $200 to even just send ERC20s at one point.
Paul Shane, please come and save us.
I was sending some transactions a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, dude, like $1 to send a transaction, like awesome, But like you sit here and think about it, and you're like, "Fuck, that's bullshit, dude." Like, like I get it, It's just like driving on the freeway, like certain highways, you have to pay a toll and stuff. I totally get it, dude. But there are some tolls I pull up to, and I'm like, I just paid $10 to go down like a 10-mile road. Like, what was this? Especially with big trucks. This feels like you're getting charged like $10 a mile.
Not too far away, I have one of those. I think it's the most expensive toll in whole Europe. It's like $10 for 5 kilometers. That's like three miles or so.
It's the biggest fucking rip-off tax in existence.
Right? Like sometimes you're like, maybe I should stick weld right now, or maybe I should wire feed weld instead. Oh, wrong chat room. Sorry. Oh, just kidding. Trying to stay positive, boys. Okay, give me a break. God.
Stick weld all the way, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you get all. Yeah, got it.
Looks like that guy dumped a little bit of Hedron too. Looks like 57,000 dollars worth.
I just see this guy regretting this big time, Maxim. Big time. He's just probably going to buy more later when it's higher, but
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know what he's thinking. I'm wondering if he will be buy pressure at another time. He's got a $12.6 million portfolio right now, just in this one address.
He's hoping that everybody else will just start selling and they'll buy back at like 2 cents or 1.5 cents or something. It's already getting bought up nicely though.
I'm not sure, but like, isn't like big dumpers? That's how like you eventually create the bottom. You go through the last of them. I don't know. Maybe we do
Yeah.
have another year of bear market, but still no. I would rather put my money here than any bank. So just going to keep dollar cost averaging and chilling. As soon as those opportunities arise, you know, you're building up your ammo with all the Hedron. So you know, you'll be able to get a lot of points and have a bigger percentage of the pool if people start cashing out.
can we like? Is there a way to tell? Does this wallet? Do we know? Does it hold Wattses? It holds Hedron.
You gotta look at his 720 his address.
Yeah, just not sure. Like I'm trying to make dinner here right now, and I wouldn't even know how to even look at that sort of jazz. So I was just curious if that was brought up or if you guys know.
Yeah, if I got the address, I could look it up. I just gotta find what the address to where I don't know his address.
I'm gonna just take a guess and say he doesn't, or this person doesn't have any Wattses. But I'd love to know.
If he does, at this point, you might as well just burn them. Taking losses everywhere, just burn them.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I asked because I'm assuming they don't, but hoping they do, so they will do that exactly. So
Yeah, speaking of trading, this stuff's pretty hard to predict. That's, appears to mainly have been caused by one player. How does anyone know what one player is going to do at any particular time?
We haven't even talked about leverage being added into this like daily either. So yeah.
Indeed, mute your mic, please.
Go NB.
Like Rich Gar said, Dubs is in the game.
Sounds like ND's working for a living.
Sorry, guys.
It was kind of painful. I had my headphones on.
Yeah, you guys been? Did you hear the news? I've been hearing some rumblings from this Boxable company and their NFTs and wanting to partner up with Pulse Chain in the near future. Loved hearing that. That's a pretty good company. And the video I was watching was talking about how Elon Musk is involved with them and that sort of jazz. And love to see that sort of stuff. Hopefully, it's a big deal because these guys have, I think, hundreds of thousands of homes ready to get built for people. So
More
yeah,
NFTs? Yes. We need more.
Yeah. NFTs that can be redeemed for, I think, people's homes, something like that. So in a sense, it is a yield producing NFTs like Watson's in a sense.
You know, Saltine, one thing I'll really agree with you on though is the Wattses, man. Like, you know how I say that they're the wild card? Like, you also have the double wild card effect if we do see artwork on both chains.
Oh yeah, okay.
And
Yeah, yep.
so like there's also that as well. Man, people love overpaying for fucking artwork.
They do. They love money and artwork. Like it's tied together, like since fucking, I don't know, all of history.
Yeah.
Think about it. Money and artwork have gone together forever. There's always been some sort of emperor on a coin, you know, fucking you name it. There's, so when we get our artwork, I think that'll be huge as well.
I think it's something that a lot of people, like even me, like I was set first, like, who cares about artwork? I'm here for the yield. But there will be a hype fest. That's why I bought a whole bunch of small ones, because when that hype fest does come, whether it's a year from now or tomorrow or whenever, or like, I'll be ready. Let me tell you, I get that monkey one. Oh, I'm flexing on people.
Yeah, that's gonna be the awesome part when we get our NFTs, when we get to freaking drawing all that. Like that's gonna be so fucking awesome. Because we're gonna be the first one, anyone out there that got NFTs that's backed by Yale, and not just Yale. You're talking about fucking stupid Yale of Hex mechanism.
I can also see in the future some sort of, there could be maybe lending involved with Watsas. There could be, somebody said in chat once, they said there could be like another token, like almost like airdropped if you have Watsas. There's something probably else coming down the line from Alex, I would hope. But I don't know. I've said it before on this chat room. I think you zoom out, you look 5-10 years down the line, and it is what the name is. We are the SA. That would be an elite group.
You know, I was thinking for fucking Icosa would be so freaking awesome if it was built to do it. If you're able to get the Icosa stake and then transfer it to somebody, even though you got your wallet staking right now for 180 days, whatever. Say, hey, I want to send this stake right now to this wallet over here, or I want to sell this stake right here on the market. That would be stupid. It'll be almost like the capsule HSI would be like the Icosa stake, where you just send it off to a different wallet, staking 30 days already. It would be almost like an NFT if you think about it all the time myself, because you could just put a stake out there. You don't got to take it out because you don't got to. There are no penalties for leaving there for how long. And if you're able to send that word stake to a different wallet, it'll be like an NFT. Throw it to a fucking that wallet, don't even touch it. Come back 10 years later.
I was thinking back to what DJ mentioned to me. He said that, like, he kind of sees, like, the digital art really taking off. There's already big artists doing it and all of this jazz. So there's mainstream of it. And like, and he even said, like, what about, like, have, like, he's like, think of, you have to think creative. And he was like, what about jewelry that holds your NFTs or whatever, so you can show it off, like rich people who want to, all the celebrities who want to buy a Watsa, and like they can show off the one that they have, be like, oh, there's Brad Pitt with his token 132 monkey JPEG, or Watsa JPEG, like, or Watsa. And like I see it kind of really having like that high class to it.
It wasn't that what Hex Toy was doing, like Richard Hart action figures, whatever. You get the real doll, whatever. Then you also got it on your address, the NFT token.
Wait, what was that?
Hex Toy, I believe they had like action figures of like Richard Hart, whatever live stream, whatever, and Dev Kev, different streamers too. Which you also they made the actually real figure you'll get in mail, and also the NFT into your wallet. Because I did that purchase from Hex Toy, but I just never got my action figure. It showed my NFT, a Richard Hart live streaming on my wallet, but it showed the picture and everything, but it don't show me the. I haven't gotten a receipt in the mail.
Mike, all I gotta say is I absolutely love hearing your game theory on specifically Wats's, man. It's just you're one of a kind, bro. You are so unique to our community.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. It means a lot. You guys are all fucking awesome people too. But yeah, there's no one like fucking Watson Mike, dude. No, there's nobody like me.
Look, I was told there was a yield party going on, and that's why I came to have a good time at a party. So I'm gonna stay positive. I can't do the negative anymore.
Oh yeah. You heard it here, folks. Salty's now not bearish. That means that this was the bottom because Salty's no longer bearish.
Yeah, you heard it here.
It's like Richard wearing a black shirt. That's the start of the bull run, you know.
He's in a black shirt, not even wearing Rolexes or sitting in a throne. So I think it's the bottom.
I didn't even
Mom,
think about that. That's brilliant.
Mom, saw everything. The bottom is in.
Maxim, are you still on here?
Yep, still here.
I know you do a lot with liquidity. Do you know what the buy? I mean, I could look too, but I know you're real active with it. Do you know what the buy walls are on Hedron or Icosa?
Yeah, I can look. I don't want to overstate my proficiency, but I do. Yeah, I can look that up.
Are you using that new? Well, what's that new indicator for the liquidity layover? Do you know what on TradingView? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I'm using that. I shared that on Twitter. I think it's pretty great. That'd be a good
It's
thing
on,
to look at.
it's on your Twitter.
Yeah, I shared that and how to like set it up and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Maximum broadcast. I just want to mention. I think you're the one that got me to want to do a SSI to the contract of the Icosa to get my to start doing my stake. I think when I saw some of your videos, so like I gotta do it too.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see how this all plays out in the long run.
Yeah, man. Yep. No, thank you for your contact too. Just want to mention that.
Yeah.
Is this only showing V3? I thought it was not doing V2 as well.
That is just V3, I believe.
Okay.
When I try to talk to people about hex, by staking your hex, how you heard your hedron, a dividend, and I try to explain to them about you stake your hedron, then you also could also earn Icosa as another dividend. And I tell them again that by staking your Icosa after, you can stake that. So you can stake that now and earn hedron and Icosa. And I tell them after that, you can take your hedron out, swap that out for more Icosa to keep on earning more Icosa on top. Yeah, and you see their faces, eyes like, what is that? How you do that? Where this at? I'm like, man, yeah, awesome. You see their faces.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, for people that are in Hex, it seems like why would you not want to be at least somewhat aware of this?
No, right, definitely. It's like this is so ridiculous when you start thinking about the game theory, the plan of what Alex did to Hex. He like fucking stepped it up. Yeah, fortunately, I think we're just all lucky and blessed to understand this and know Richard Hart and be in the ecosystem. Because not just you're also getting airdrops, just retarded, and yeah, everything else. Man, I think we're just blessed to be in it right now at the special time bear market. So we can DCA and yeah, we'll be the one later be looking back, say we're fucking there. We were there at the bottom. We knew how it was.
Yeah, I agree. Now's the time to pay attention. The risk rewards, clearly better than it has been, and I think it's time to pay attention.
The power of DCA is so real. I bought from 16 cents all the way down, 16, 15, 14, all the way down to 2. And now my average is somewhere between 2 and 3. Or I think it's 3. Yeah. So anything over 3 is like I just bought at 3. And like it's just a real thing. It's a real powerful thing, guys. So now would be a good time.
Yeah. Last on the boom market, I was buying on Hex, all the way up to 54 cents, from all the way down from 17, whatever, going up. And I look back on my wallet on my sticker app, it shows like it was nothing compared to now. Like, man, that all that money I spent and this is really worth now. And I'm like, if I would have that amount and now, I'd be retarded. But I would DCA. I'm still DCA. I told myself, well, now I'm stacking up, now accumulating, like yours mentioning right now, like dropping down. Now it's like it is showing like rewarding from DCA.
Yeah, and it's good to be with those DCAs able to stake, and even if price goes lower, at least that entry is, you know, slowly better over time as you get the yield, better than it otherwise would be.
No kidding. That's why I'm not really worried about getting into like buying some Icosa or Hex right now, because even though it might drop, like you're saying, are you staking it? You're earning more. So yeah, if it dropped a little bit, like well, I made up from me staking for the few days, and yeah, that's why it's best DCA and then stake, and you're earning as if it go down, fine. If it goes up, freaking genius.
Genius or lucky, however you want to view it.
I like to say genius to make me so I can feel pretend that yeah I'm lucky, but yeah, so you can pretend yeah no it's all luck sometimes.
I don't think it's luck because you put yourself in the position to make the money, right?
Yeah, we're like us right now, all of us. We're all right here right now, um, educating, learning too with each other, and that's time. That's like we're going to school, but we're not going to school, right? And as I talk to other people out there that don't know about crypto, like talking about the ecosystem Hex and everything, the DeFi, and they tell me like, how you know this? Like, where you learn this from? And like, I'm like, man, like educating. I tell them go on YouTube or like, Telegram, like it's all there. You just got to put the time in. I told them the rewarding is going to be you probably never imagine your life, but you just got to believe it and put that time.
Yeah, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
That's right. We'll put ourselves in the way of opportunity the best we can, and we'll try to be ready. I think, you know, those that have bought, we are ready if the market turns up, and DCA through the rest, taking advantage of potential lower price in the meantime.
Yeah, people call you lucky, but deep down, you know that you put in lots of work. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's luck.
Yeah, no, yeah. When you put in at least 8, 10 hours a day, a lot, and going around and double confirming, and also all day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might not be luck when you're buying a Cosa at 31 cents, 30 cents, and it jumped overnight, and you seen it coming. And yeah, it might not be luck sometimes, but sometimes it could be luck because it could have went the opposite. Like right now, I was thinking it was going to go to 70, 80 cents, not financial advice. But not tonight. I was thinking the next couple of days. The next week, I was seeing a Costa being around 80 cents. But it also again, it could be down at 30 cents again. But I was more bullish because I think the bottom is already in now for Icosa personally. But that's just me. I don't know nothing. Remember, I just breed Frenchies. That's all. I don't know nothing.
I think sometimes, like, you know, it's just like doesn't matter though. Like, you know, like as long as you can have a 1 to 2 year time span, which is nothing in the traditional market, in my opinion. It's just like, dude, each Icosa is going to be 10, 20 bucks, 50 bucks.
Don't be big.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how people's perspectives change on crypto this next cycle, going into the cycle after the cycle. Like, I think we're just going to get so many more people after they start seeing like people that they know do really well in crypto. So I think like for now until like 2030, I think are going to be the most explosive years for the crypto market.
I find it interesting to watch the narrative change over time too, and it's interesting to I guess find out what the people learned from the last time, because it does tend to change over time what people are pushing for and what the narrative is and the best way to play the game.
Yeah, and I find it also takes a certain type of person to want to take that risk, like starting to learn something new. Like a lot of people aren't even invested in like traditional markets barely. Like they don't manage their own stock portfolios or anything like that. So like for them to start investing into cryptocurrency, it's like that's like so risky. It's not even like within their knowledge of how to understand what to do, right? So it'll be interesting to see how those people's perspective changes, especially with how just the whole economic outlook is right now, like with inflation and like people are really starting to get squeezed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'll be real. I remember when I got into Hex and stuff and started seeing those green candles happen. And then just the rocket ship meme and everything like going around and that like notion. I don't know when it comes back, but boy, I think like we're all gonna look back and just be like, hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah.
I'd relive
Yeah.
those days again.
I'm no OG Hex, but I feel like I will be an OG Icosa later on.
Good talking to you guys. I'm heading in.
All right, good talking to you, Maxim.
Later, Maxim.
Yeah, later, Max.
Well, we'll all be OGs and Hex, and you know, in 15 years, we'll be considered OGs.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's like comparing. It's like, somebody's like, oh yeah, dude, I bought a ton of Bitcoin at $100, versus like 10, 20 bucks. you know, like you're both OGs. There's a couple things I'm trying to work out in my head. That's why I'm a little quiet tonight. Is just like with some of the price changes and everything now, like price changes affects how everything works as well. And I'm just trying to like see where it goes and see what happens. I still think that there's like a thing or two that I don't know or haven't seen yet, and I'm just waiting to see. I think we need to have another like set or two of auctions. I think the big part of it is when people end stake and restake with their yield.
Let's hope half of them sell.
I think this auction is going to be interesting because I think we're going to see a lot more. Like, if you look at the hex model, 93% of Icosa is staked. 93%. Going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Because you think that it's going to go up, you know, and there could be periods where it does. Even for a short period. But it might take a little bit longer to make those stakes, you know, 30 days or whatever. You know, if people keep buying the Icosa and staking it, well, the like number of coins for like a 90-day stake, you know, it's going to always vary, but it might not swing up to 2,000 right away. All it would take would be a couple players to take all their coins out, you know, provide liquidity, or just maybe I don't know what people are gonna do. And then yeah. And then you could oh yeah, and then what I was gonna say is what you could do is then just like add 0.1 or 0.01 Icosa to all your wallets, and you might be able to reset them. All right, everybody, I'm heading out. I am going to go take Pogies for a walk. You guys all have a good night. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Later, Mike. Take care.
Later, brother.